What's good, YouTube? It's been a long time. It's been about 5 months, man. And it's crazy because I was making content consistently, and then out of nowhere, just everything just came out of nowhere, bro. It came out of nowhere. So long story short, as you see the title of this video, I crashed my car. I crashed my brand new 2024 Mustang GT into a curb. I'm gonna show y'all the video in here, but it's just crazy because it's the typical Mustang thing to do. Mustang owners just don't know how to drive their car. And to be fair, this is my first V8. This is my first V8, my first sports car, my first anything that made any type of power, any type of sports related, anything like that. So for me, I got a little excuse, you know what I'm saying? But now I know how to actually drive my car. But let's get into the story time. So basically, I'm filming a video, a little short story. I just got my Sony EV10 and I'm excited. So I'm like, cool, let me film like a little short video for TikTok. And I'm gonna put the videos in here to show you exactly what I was doing. Now, as I'm going through the whole video, my last part of the video, I was gonna do a burnout and lead off down the street. Sounds pretty simple, sounds pretty cool. I wanted to make the burnout loud and like super smoky, but now that I even thinking back to it, it didn't even make any sense. Why? Because if you see the clip that I'm gonna put in here somewhere, I was already driving, so it doesn't make sense for me to stop, do a burnout, then lead off. It just didn't even make any sense. But whatever, that's what I did, and that's what I was trying to do in the first place, right? So I get to the street, I set my camera up in the middle of the street, and I started going crazy, all the smoke. And this crazy part, I didn't even catch the smoke. I got a little bit of the smoke in there, but my camera was faced too far ahead to even see all the smoke that I built up, right? So that sucked. But anyway, I'm doing the burnout, but I'm doing it in automatic, right? And there's nothing wrong with doing a burnout in automatic. But if I'm trying to do a burnout in automatic and then lead out like that, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Unless I don't even think you can control that, if I'm being honest. Y'all let me know. But I think I let out at like 60 miles an hour. First time I ever did this, first time I ever tried this at that high of a speed, right? I let off. And it was like in slow motion. It wasn't like a crazy type of accident. If y'all know, y'all know. But I hit the gas. I'm going. I'm like, all right, it's time to let off. I let off the gas too fast. I didn't like gradually let it go off how it's supposed to go. I let off completely. And out of nowhere, I'm going. And then out of nowhere, it goes like, boom! Smacks the curb. I go over the curb onto like this thin median piece of grass, right? And so in my reaction, like I said, I'm gonna show the video. I'm like, ain't no way I just messed up my car like that, bro. I think I filmed it back in like April. I just got my car in March like 10th or 11th. March like 10th or 11th. So maybe like a month after that, I did that. So this whole time I haven't been posting. Well, even the videos that I've posted with my lowering springs, my Dark Horse spoiler, the H-pipe, my car was messed up that entire time while I was making those videos. So I think it was about a month after I messed up my car since I got it. So I get out the car, I'm just like, dang, like no way that happened. My girlfriend's upstairs. She runs downstairs like, what the fuck did you do? What's going on? It was loud. So she comes downstairs. So I had her, first thing I thought is like, I messed up something bad. Like my suspension's down there. It's going to be a lot of money to fix or whatever. And so I had her get in the car and I had her driving. I'm looking at the wheel to see if it's like wobbling or anything. It's not wobbling. It's not, nothing looks out of the ordinary. So I'm like, cool. I get in it to test drive it and just drive it down the street just to see if I hear anything myself. I hear like this boom, 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 boom noise. And I'm like, maybe it's just my tire because I bulged the tire out. It's like a bubble in the tire and I cracked my a piece of my rim off. Mind you, I just bought those rims and those tires. I had some Mickey Thompson tires. Them back tires are $500 a piece. I'm pretty sure y'all already know that, but them back tires wasn't cheap. And the rims was pretty cheap. I ain't gonna lie. It's not even that big a deal. But them tires is expensive. So now I got to replace the tire and the wheel. I can't save those. So I'm like, cool. I'm thinking it's a tire. Mind you, I've never crashed a car before. I've never flipped over a curb. I've never done any of that stuff before. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's just a tire, making that vroom, vroom, vroom noise. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I take the tires off. I put my stock wheels on. I'm glad I kept my stock wheels. I kept my stock wheels, put the stock wheels back on, and I drove it. I still hear this vroom, vroom, vroom noise. I'm like, man, what is going on? So I'm looking at my tire. Nothing seems really off. Everything seems normal. So as time goes by, I still hear it. I asked my dad, I'm like, man, you hear this? He's like, yeah, I hear it, but I think that's just how the car goes. I'm like, no, that's not how the car goes. The car is quiet. On the inside, the car is quiet. The exhaust and all the other stuff is the exhaust, but the inside of the car is quiet. So months going by, I'm trying to figure it out myself. I should have just took it to a mechanic in the first place, but I'm trying to figure it out myself. I want to do everything by myself on this car anyway. I'm trying to figure it out by myself. Couldn't get it. I'm just like, man, I'm looking at the suspension. I'm taking the wheels off. I took the other wheel off to see if I can see what's going on with both sides. I'm using ChatGPT. I'm using all types of AI tools. I'm using Google. I'm using YouTube. I'm using everything I can to try to figure out what's going on with this car. And for whatever reason, I don't see nothing wrong with either side. Now, at one point, I'm like, I found something that was like, it's probably your wheel bearing. I'm like, cool. So I thought it was that. And then I was like, let me just check to see if anything's bent, scratched, post. I brought it to Ford dealership. Don't ever bring your car that is modded to a dealership. I didn't know that. If you didn't know that, now you know. But if you didn't know that, you probably like, that's a rookie move. Yes, I'm a rookie. Again, this is my first car. But I took it to Ford. They wouldn't touch my car, but they sat there and diagnosed it. I took it to the Ford dealership, right? And asked, can you just look at it? Just lift it up, see what's wrong with it. Can you look at it? That's all I wanted you to do. I didn't even want you to touch it, right? In my head, I'm thinking it's my wheel bearing. This whole time, I'm like, it's the wheel bearing. That's what everything else is saying. That's the only conclusion because nothing else has been in the wheel bearing. You can't really see what's going on in the inside anyway without taking it out, right? So I take it up there. I had a recall on it. They had to seal some stuff up anyway. So I'm like, can you just look at it? They say, no, I can't lift it. I'm like, all right, cool. Just give me my car back. I'll go back home. Why do they sit here and still give me a diagnosis of what it was? Oh, it's your suspension. Oh, it's your suspension. How is it my suspension? And you couldn't even look up under there to see what was wrong with it in the first place. They claimed they couldn't lift my car because it's lowered. Garbage. So I took it to a mechanic that I know personally. Like, we cool. Been in the family for a long time. And he told me off rip, he was like, it's your wheel bearing. He said, I don't see any other problems with your car. It's probably your wheel bearing. What's up, dude? That's a cat. It's probably the wheel bearing. I'm like, all right, cool. Just let me know how it goes, whatever. So he called me next day like that. Cool. I'm like, bet. He said, yeah, it's a wheel bearing. This is how much it costs. This is how much I got to get it done. And we'll get it back to you. He gave me options. He's like, you want an aftermarket part? You want a factory part? I always go factory. Whatever that car came with off the lot, if you're not adding to it, get the exact part you got. Do not get an aftermarket part because you're going to have an aftermarket wheel bearing on this side and a factory wheel bearing on this side. So I said, go factory. I want all original parts. Unless I decide to change it myself for a specific reason, for performance, right? I think everybody should do that. Take my advice at your own leisure, but I think everybody should do that. Then, cool. So I had to wait over the weekend. I got it back maybe within like a couple days. I would have got it back the next day, but I had to wait for it to be delivered. So I finally got up there, went up there. He was like, yeah, it's your wheel bearing. He told me the wheel bearing, I guess there's like these things in the wheel bearing, and because I hit the wall, I smashed whatever that was in there, creating that woom, woom, woom noise. So I finally got my car back to running condition. Like, well, it was running. Don't get me wrong. I was driving on it. I don't recommend that. But you don't hear that noise anymore. I was finally able to get my car back how it's supposed to be. Now, which isn't bad. The part was like $260 for one side of the wheel bearing. Mind you, I got the base GT. I don't got no other specs on it. I got the basic GT. The other specs, from what Ford told me, is more expensive than my car. My car was only $260 for the part, right? Other specs of the GT can range from $260 to about $1,000. So depending on what you got, you may not be looking at what I got if this happens to you. I'm just letting y'all know my experience. So it was like $260 plus labor fees was like $100 bucks, $120. So I paid overall like $384 to be exact. I'm cool with that. The dealership was gonna charge me $500 for labor alone, plus the $260 for the part. If you do the math, right? Just the estimate, that's what? Almost $800. That's about, yeah, that's almost $800. That's $760, I believe, right? Almost $800 for something that I paid $380 for, and it works perfectly fine, right? So cool. I finally got my car back. I'm finally gonna start uploading again. I'm finally gonna start getting back to what I was gonna get back to, because this car, I got a lot of plans for it. In my next video, I'm gonna explain all of that. But if y'all enjoyed this story time, please give a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, bro. I'm trying to run this channel up all next year, by the end of this year, as fast as I can. My goal is to get a supercharger on this car, man. If y'all don't know, them superchargers are expensive. But I'm trying to get a supercharger on this car. But like I said, if y'all enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, share this video, repost this video, comment down below. I read every single comment. Comment down below and let me know what y'all think. Peace.